ผมว่าจริงนะครับพอเราอยู่มานานเรารู้สึกว่าชินพอเราชินแล้วเราก็รู้สึกว่ามันมีความสุข
ก็พอโอเคนะมันก็พออยู่ได้อะ
พี่ว่าดีครับได้ฝึกทักษะได้ออกกำลัง
อย่าคิดให้เป็นปัญหาคิดให้มันเป็นแรงบันดาลใจมันดีกว่าครับ
ทนไหวไม่ใช่ทางออก
ประสบการณ์การเดินทางเท้าที่แย่เป็นสิ่งที่เราชาวกรุงเทพต้องเจอทุกวันและกำลังเป็นประเด็นปัญหาที่ถูกกล่าวถึงมากขึ้นอิฐเสื่อมสภาพสายไฟรกรุงรังแสงสว่างที่ไม่เพียงพอในยามค่ำคืนทางม้าลายที่ไม่ปลอดภัยและรถมอเตอร์ไซค์ที่ขึ้นมาวิ่งบนฟุตบาทเป็นประจำจากการสำรวจคนกรุงเทพมีความเครียดเรื่องสิ่งแวดล้อมในเมืองถึง 37.84% และปัจจัยที่ทำให้กรุงเทพไม่น่าอยู่ก็คือเรื่องของสภาพแวดล้อมถึง 61.31% แต่วันนี้ปัญหาเหล่านี้กำลังจะถูกแก้ไขเพราะตอนนี้ทุกฝ่ายทั้งนักวิจัยนักออกแบบและหน่วยงานภาครัฐกำลังหันมาร่วมมือกันเพื่อเก็บข้อมูลปัญหาต่างๆเกี่ยวกับทางเท้าช่วยกันแชร์ไอเดียออกแบบทางเดินที่ทุกคนอยากได้เพิ่มความปลอดภัยในการข้ามถนนมีกิจกรรมส่งเสริมการเดินจัดการระบบนำทางให้สะดวกมากขึ้นเพิ่มสภาพแวดล้อมที่ปลอดภัยในการเดินจัดการพื้นที่และภูมิทัศน์บนทางเท้าให้น่าเดินสำหรับทุกคนใช่ครับมันกำลังจะเกิดขึ้นจริงโดยเริ่มต้นจากย่านเจริญกรุงเป็นที่แรก Streetscape Bangkok คุณสามารถร่วมกันแชร์ความคิดเห็นว่าทางเท้าแบบไหนที่คุณอยากได้ผ่านเกม Street Fighter ทางเว็บไซต์ด้านล่างแคปชั่นนี้เลยครับ
Bangkok Design Week จากความสำเร็จของ Bangkok Design Week 2018 ระยะเวลาตลอด 9 วันที่มีผู้เข้าชมงานทั้งชาวไทยและชาวต่างชาติมากกว่า 400,000 คนได้มาร่วมค้นพบประสบการณ์แห่งการสร้างสรรค์จากกิจกรรมกว่า 500 รายการที่เกิดขึ้นในพื้นที่ต่างๆทั่วกรุงเทพกว่า 60 สถานที่กรุงเทพมหานครเมืองหลวงที่เต็มเปี่ยมไปด้วยแรงดึงดูดที่ชวนให้ผู้คนทั่วโลกเดินทางมาสัมผัสประสบการณ์ที่หลากหลายมากด้วยมิติแห่งความคิดสร้างสรรค์และเรื่องราวชวนจดจำ Bangkok Design Week 2019 ปรากฏการณ์ที่กำลังจะเกิดขึ้นในมหานครแห่งนี้ Fusing Forward ประสานสร้างสู่อนาคตการประสานศาสตร์ต่างสาขาที่ขับเคลื่อนด้วยความคิดสร้างสรรค์ตั้งแต่ความดั้งเดิมมากคุณค่าอย่างงานหัตถกรรมจนถึงความล้ำสมัยของดิจิทัลและเทคโนโลยีเพื่อตอบสนองทั้งธุรกิจและคุณภาพชีวิตของผู้คนยุคปัจจุบันมาพร้อมกับการรวมพลังของนักสร้างสรรค์และผู้ประกอบการธุรกิจกว่า 1,000 รายพบกับ 5 กิจกรรมหลัก Showcase and Exhibition การจัดแสดงผลงานและนิทรรศการที่สะท้อนศักยภาพของนักออกแบบและธุรกิจสร้างสรรค์จากกรุงเทพและเมืองต่างๆทั่วโลก Talk and Workshop กิจกรรมเพิ่มเติมความรู้และแรงบันดาลใจจากนักสร้างสรรค์ของไทยและต่างประเทศ Creative District ร่วมชมต้นแบบการส่งเสริมย่านเจริญกรุงสู่ความเป็นย่านสร้างสรรค์ทั้งด้านธุรกิจและคุณภาพชีวิต Event and Program กิจกรรมส่งเสริมนักสร้างสรรค์ในการแสดงศักยภาพในหลายรูปแบบทั้งดนตรีภาพยนตร์และศิลปะการแสดงอื่นๆรวมถึงกิจกรรม Open House และ Creative Market ตลาดนัดสร้างสรรค์มากกว่า 100 ร้านค้าจากผลงานของนักสร้างสรรค์สร้างโอกาสในการขายสินค้าและการขยายเครือข่ายธุรกิจของผู้ประกอบการห้ามพลาด26 มกราคมถึง 3 กุมภาพันธ์ 2562 ที่อาคารไปรษณีย์กลางและย่านเจริญกรุง ค้นพบแรงบันดาลใจใหม่ๆ และมาร่วมกันสร้างให้กรุงเทพมหานครเป็นมหานครแห่งความสร้างสรรค์พร้อมขับเคลื่อนเศรษฐกิจของประเทศและพัฒนาคุณภาพชีวิตของทุกคน Bangkok Design Week 2019 จัดโดย CEA สำนักงานส่งเสริมเศรษฐกิจสร้างสรรค์องค์การมหาชน
สวัสดีครับยินดีต้อนรับนะครับกลับเข้าสู่กิจกรรมทอล์กนะครับแล้วก็กิจกรรมทอล์กตอนนี้นะครับเป็นเซสชั่นที่3แล้วนะครับของวันนี้นะครับกิจกรรมทอล์กนะครับจัดขึ้นในงาน Bangkok Design Week 2019 นะครับภายใต้ธีม Fusing Forward นะครับหรือผสานสร้างสู่อนาคตนั่นเองนะครับเอาละครับมาถึงทอล์กในเซสชั่นนี้บ้างนะครับในฐานะของ TCDC นะครับแล้วก็ CEA นะครับเราก็พยายามที่จะบ่มเพาะนักสร้างสรรค์นะครับรุ่นใหม่ขึ้นมาให้ได้จำนวนมากๆนะครับแต่ว่าอันนี้เนี่ยเป็นสเกลในระดับประเทศเท่านั้นนะครับถ้าเราลองมองภาพที่ใหญ่ขึ้นนะครับในระดับของทวีปเลยนะครับในระดับทวีปเอเชียจะเป็นอย่างไรนะครับในวันนี้เนี่ยจะเป็นการทอล์กในหัวข้อNetwork in Asia Nurturing and Supporting Young Creative Talents นะครับโดยเราได้รับเกียรตินะครับจากวิทยากรนะครับบินตรงมาจากประเทศญี่ปุ่นเลยนะครับท่านเป็นผู้จัดเทศกาลสร้างสรรค์นะครับในระดับเอเชียนะครับอย่างเช่น Tokyo Design Week นะครับ Please welcome Professor Yusaku Imamura
Thank you for introduction. I'm very excited to be here in Bangkok Design Week. So congratulations on the second week of the Bangkok Design Week. Today, I'm going to talk about network in Asia, nurturing and supporting young creative talent. Actually, Design Week is a very important activity for nurturing, supporting young talent, and then always design product is very important, but at the same time, always like a person, individual, people is very important. Then I'm going to talk about more on, not on a product, more on a person today. Then how to, not actually, I don't want to use that like a word, like education, but, nurture, supporting young talents. Okay. I would like to begin this one. Design Week. I hope you enjoy the Bangkok Design Week. There is already more than 100 design weeks in the world. You see, maybe it's not so easy to read it, but in this world, already more than 100 design week. And then I'm going to talk about a little bit about how can we collaborate, and also why we need to collaborate. So we established 2 years ago official entity, the World Design Weeks. 9 design weeks gathered from all over the world, and also Tokyo was one of the initiator. Then we registered official as a corporate in New York City. So this logo shows about this is a little bit tilted angle, is the axis of this Earth itself. Earth is axis is a little bit tilted. So this angle shows about the Earth itself. Then World Design Weeks, it's written here, is a network for design weeks and festival around the globe. As the World Design Weeks, we unite the planet's design communities. We share knowledge, resources, best practice, fostering the exchange of the products and ideas, sustainable development, and growth of the individual design events. So our mission is to elevate the global conversation, understanding, education, and connection of the people with the design. So this is the photo of the summit in Milan. So every year, Milan has a Salone del Mobile and also the Milan Design Week. At the time, we always gather design weeks from all over the world. And then we discuss about the collaboration, network, and so many things, how the society should be. So already, within 100, just within a year, already like more than 30. This is now the 27, but more than, and every day, number is growing. All the design weeks is coming together. We started to work together. This is a flag in front of the Triennale de Milan, very famous design museum. Last year, April 17 to 2018, World Design Weeks Asia in Milan. We have also started collaborating within Asia, but this project is done by Beijing and Tokyo. We started to collaborate together. This is a project within Asia, World Flowers by Naked. I don't know if you know the creative team Naked. In Japan is quite popular, and especially they became very famous because of the fantastic projection mapping. So one of the leader of the projection mapping in the world, we work together and show about what we do for the World Design Week. So we show a lot of information about World Design Weeks in the world. Then what we do is Design Week is a platform. Then how can we collaborate platform to platform, not just person to person? Platform include city, business, corporate, university, design association, young designer, established designer. All of the key player is also connected with the design week. That's why, big platform to big platform, how shall we connect these two? Then, that this is going to be very effective. This is very important in Asia. So I show some of the Asian Design Week. This is Tokyo, and Beijing, Seoul, Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Shanghai. Suzhou has started last year, and Singapore, and Melbourne. We always think about the Greater Asia. It used to be the Pacific region, and Melbourne, Dubai in the Middle East. It's going to be very big and very important, and Philippines, Manila, and Kuala Lumpur, and also Jakarta. It's already we have these, a very active design week. But the problem is, we don't know each other. Very limited people knows about who runs the Tokyo, who runs the Bangkok, who runs the Chiang Mai, and then all the design week is focused on in a country or city, not well connected, even within Asia, its neighboring country. So how we started the World Design Weeks is these design weeks started to work together to establish the World Design Weeks. Again, Tokyo, Beijing, Seoul, Helsinki, San Francisco, Dutch, Barcelona, Mexico. Then we're now talking about the possible, the project together. And also, especially in Japan, as like Thailand, Bangkok, and Chiang Mai, we also started based on the several cities. Hirosaki in Aomori Prefecture, Fujisawa, like 1 hour from Tokyo, Nagano, Osaka, Asuka is Nara, near Kyoto, Matsuyama, Ube, and Ureshino, Saga. And each design week has a local product and also the local values. So we promote these things, creative activities, human resources, and also the products. So, and then We also connect Hirosaki to Ureshino and these like a network within Japan. So we're thinking about the international and regional collaboration. What can we do? Very simple three things. One is contents exchange, showcase, exhibition, and a creative market. I use the old word, the Bangkok Design Week using this, showcase, exhibition, and a creative market. We can exchange in between, for example, Tokyo can host the contents from Bangkok. They bring the people and the contents to Tokyo. But at the same time, second one, human resources. This is our main title today. Nurture young talents, design curator. And then I wrote the residency. Residency means designer's residence or creator in residence. This is very important activity. I'm going to talk to you later. And also the third one is a laboratory. Laboratory is kind of experimental things, doing kind of a trial. Of course, don't need to think about the failure. Try another one, try new one. And then also the pilot project. And also the laboratory contains like talks and workshop as you do. Maybe this one is also one of the talk. Then again, we decided to make a World Design Weeks. Very simple. We do not know the people next to us. Even a Seoul Design Festival. We don't know who runs it, what kind of contents they do. Then we decided to know each other. Then as like this, not as a big meeting. All the board meeting every year in Milan, we discuss, and we already work together 3 years. We got to know each other, all the contents, all the differences, all the design weeks are different, but we started to know each other. Let me introduce, at this time, why I'm doing like World Design Weeks and why I'm here. So I'm now the professor at the university. At the same time, I'm board of the directors of World Design Week and also the Tokyo Design Week. And also at the same time, the PMQ, the design center in Hong Kong, I'm an advisory board member. But at the same time, I used to be 13 years. I used to work for the advisor for the governor of Tokyo to supervise all the cultural policy and also the creative industry. So I initiated the festivals and also kind of institution for nurturing young people and young talents. That's the Tokyo Wonder Site. It's not the school, but the nurturing young talents, creative people. And also I was a lot of like advisory, like Haus der Kulturen der Welt in Berlin. It's a kind of a world cultural center. And also Tänsta of Stockholm, and also United Nations has a university. I used to be advisor on culture, and also Dubai. I used to advise for the Dubai Ministry for creative business. And also I myself is an architect. I used to work for designing museums, theaters, and a lot of like kind of hardware. But now I'm doing hardware and also at the same time the software. So these are the several things. Like at the time of the Olympic Games, I promote like Tokyo, and I don't know if you know the art scene. This is the competition at the time of Tate Modern. It's now the most important contemporary art museum in the world, based in London. So also I worked for the inviting Olympic Games. Fortunately, it was successful. I was in charge of the making culture program for the bidding file for 2020. This is a proposal for the IOC. So I also worked on establishing a lot of like a signature festivals, events on culture. This is the one, Roppongi Art Night. It's only 2 days, 1 night event in Tokyo. I initiated 2010. This is kind of an example of the Nuit Blanche in Paris. So I started as like a Nuit Blanche in Paris, in Tokyo. So already the visitors for Roppongi Art Night, only one night, but 500,000 people visit us. Staying in Roppongi whole day, entertaining, art project, performance, drinking, having coffee. They spend all night in Roppongi. This is the first project. It's a balloon, LED light within the balloon. We ask the people to bring, walking along the streets of Roppongi in Tokyo. Then we gather them in the park in the middle of the Roppongi. It's called the Midtown, the park. And we make it big light sculpture. Also the Festival Tokyo, very big performing arts festival we started. It became a very, very important performing arts festival in the world. Okay. Next is, I'm going back to the talking about the residency. Sometimes people use artist in residence, AIR or AIR. So why I'm talking about the residency? I thought, in the audience, there are some young designers, students, or people who is looking for the opportunity to educate or give them a chance to young designer to develop their skill. Then I used to run biggest artist in residency, not only artist in residency, like creator in residency in Tokyo. I used to host more than 100 creators a year. If you know about the design scene, maybe you have heard about the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. One of the most important design museum of the world. They have residency program. So not many people knows about this, but it's very important. They stay almost like 1 year in London to explore their idea. Like this. What a wonderful, gorgeous space. People stay in the V&A, and also we call it Victoria and Albert, but we call V&A. V&A, and they can work with all of the collections, archive. They're accessible to everything. All the kind of treasure of the design. They can reach it, read it, test it, examine it. Then they make amazing, design object. And also the residency. Also, people who, most of the people don't know about this. Facebook. Facebook has started the artist in residency. It's called the FB Air in 2012. Already 6 years they have. They already invite more than around up to now, 300 artists. But of course, artists, but some are more design-oriented people. This is a kind of a capture of the Facebook of FB Air program. So they explained about this. This is the Facebook. This program brings in diverse range of artists. Diverse range is more like performative or design-oriented, all kinds of artists to work on campus. But Facebook and Nike and Apple, most of the famous that kind of IT-based technology company use their headquarters. They call campus. Campus, alongside the employee as means of energize, inspire, and challenge the community. So they invite artists to Facebook. Facebook headquarters is located in San Francisco. It's called the town called Palo Alto. Palo Alto, they started to invite artists to work together, staying certain amount of the time, and produce artwork within the office. So it became very successful. They started to invite to New York City and all over the world, headquarters and offices of the Facebook. This is one of the elevator hall of the Facebook. So artist, his name is Kawandeep Birdi, or he did this, installation in the office of the Facebook. This is the workshop for the artist or designer, any kind of creator, has a space here at the Facebook. They're gonna work on, they don't have, no obligation. They have no obligation. They don't have any obligation. Anything they want to do, they can do. Just explore the idea. Then all of the work is exhibit or as a permanent at the Facebook, their office. So this is funny things. This is a sign, do not disturb, artist at work. It's a sign, and then this is hanged in the office of the Facebook. So why I've talked about the VNA and Facebook, much before they started, I started from 2001 in Tokyo. It's called the art institution called Tokyo Wonder Site. I started kind of a space and activity for the young and talented or mid-career artist and creator and designer. For the residency, once I sent Mr. Kotaro Watanabe. He's a founding member, still the core member of the TACRAM. TACRAM is one of the best well-known design team in the world, in Tokyo, and also they have already London office. It's becoming more and more famous. When they just started their office, I sent him to Stockholm for the residency. So he made amazing project. It's a letter set to write the letter to someone. This is as a normal condition, as envelope and also the paper. So this is just white thing. But if, under the sunlight, this image came out because Stockholm, in the winter time, very short period of the sunlight they can get. They deserve to, and they want to see the sunlight. So he used his mentality, the Kotaro, made this, the letter set. When people write the letter, like under the sunshine, this color come out. Then write the letter and they close it to send it, and the people open up the letter when they receive under the sunshine, this image will come out. And this is amazing project. And then also a year later, actually the last year, he started to use this product as one of the products. But it takes a long time to be finalized as a product, but he already started several years ago as an experimental project. He's Kotaro Watanabe, and he did a lecture and workshop at the Konstfack. Konstfack is a Stockholm-based, one of the most important art university in Europe. So, Wonderside, I used to run. I used to run 17 years as a director. So that was an alternative space, but the art center, but also international creative hub. I used to set the 3 missions. One mission is discovering, nurturing, and promoting emerging creator. This is a photo of the B-boy sculpture. He's now amazing, when he showed this exhibition and he showed this sculpture totally unknown, just graduate from the graduate program, but I promote him, pushed him to encourage him. Now, so many famous company like Nike bought us a collection, and I can't say the name that as you know, the many famous like singers in the United States, they bought the sculpture. He's now also he became ambassador of Nike last year, so he is now amazingly successful. Then also promoting international culture exchange, I invited, as I mentioned, almost like 100 creators a year, designer, artist, musician, performer, writer. All of the people came to Tokyo, spending time with them. All of the creator, challenges, kind of experimental project. And also the third mission is encouraging creative experimentation. So, within 10 years, we hosted more than 1,000 artists. And then all of these names is a partner institution. As you see, Germany, France, Spain, Australia, and Turkey, Korea, Cambodia, Vietnam, Taiwan, so many of partner institutions, already worked with. So then still we have, very good contact with them, sending artists and receiving artists, and sometimes designer, as I mentioned. Some of the artwork done in London. These two is different artists, but also done in London. So we're always thinking about educating or nurturing young talent. We think that school, but after school, what shall we do? This is a very good question. How can we learn from the practice? Then one side, the first kind of institution we started working with after university, after graduate program in a practice to develop their career and skill. Then again, we focus experimentation, and also we deserve the diversity. Then 5 years ago, more than that, 5 years ago, PMQ has started in Hong Kong. Similar to Wonderside, I was advisor for establishing this institution. My friend, actually the founder of this, and he came to me and he really wanted to make it as like Wonderside in Hong Kong. Then he asked me to be advisor for establishing institution and also running an institution. Some people knows about the PMQ. It's quite lively, and also it became already one of the touristic, destination. So PMQ, it's a little bit different from TCDC here. They have shops, the meeting rooms, and cooking studios and everything at the same time, offices of young designers. So it says home to 100 plus local young create entrepreneur. Design shop, design studio shops, pop-up stores, and so on, and a lot of their offices. Yeah, this is the place. It's Aberdeen Courtyard. It's a marketplace. It's now used very actively, and also the Cube is here. It's an exhibition space. They're having a lot of important exhibition, and they're sending out the fashion designer to New York Fashion Week to have a show there. As the PMQ becoming more and more important. We celebrate the 5th year soon. So PMQ is a place for creative lifestyle experience. They invite, as I mentioned, shops and Gmark, Muji also inside, a lot of Hong Kong-based designers, and a lot of the cafes and restaurants, many interesting sites inside this. And this is actually the focusing, supporting young talent to explore their idea. This is very important for the residency and that kind of like an institution to support the young art, creative people. I'm teaching this program as a professor, Tokyo University of the Arts, oldest arts university in Japan. We celebrate 130 years of anniversary. Now we established 3 years ago global art practice program. I'm now running this program. A lot of international students and faculty ratio, but more important is this is what I do, the Global Art Joint Program. I'm working with school in London, school in Paris, and school in Chicago, all of important art school we work with in an international context. Why we need the international collaboration education is all the designer, all the artists has to have global perspective in our time. Not only like limited perspective. So broader and critical view, also understanding, lead to the people throughout the world, awareness of the global issue, attitude and sensitivity as a global citizen. Then we provide the sense of multi-perspective, different perspective. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Then this is how we collaborate with school in London, University of the Arts London, Central St. Martins, and École des Beaux-Arts Paris, and University of the Arts, Global Art Practice. We three work together to nurture and educate young artists. But this is one of the leading projects in Japan as an international collaboration project. This could be duplicate, or this is going to be the very important example, could be maybe explore in Thailand. This is example, the London unit. People are working on making space and installation with UK students and also Japanese students. And École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, Japanese student, international student, Paris student, French students working together. Then last year, I brought our school students to Bangkok. It's an experimental project. I decided to work with Serapakong University. Fortunately, I could meet wonderful, fantastic Professor Chakapan. So we decided to work together with Thai students and Japanese students working together, exploring the city of Bangkok, focusing on the theme of the Bangkok Art Biennale, Beyond the Bliss, to understanding about or questioning based on the theme. So divided into 5 teams, Thai students, Japanese students, all work together and to find out the meanings and values. It became very, very successful and meaningful. Then all the students from Japan side really happy to be, to join this program, and we decided to bring again the Japanese students to here again this November. So they look very happy. So I would like to, before I conclude, another project I would like to show you. It's more like exciting one. Okay. this is another project, but also for young creators. Again, World Design Weeks and the World Design Weeks Asia is closely working with La Triennale de Milan. Kind of a design museum, and we call it sometimes Temple of Design. So we're a very close relationship, and every year we have a meeting there and exhibition there. Then we decided to organize World Design Weeks Award. But we were thinking about having this project this year, but they're having their own triennale, every 3 years. They're too busy, so then we decided to make it happen next year. So we're proposing an award, but creating design object by young people, young designers, and based on the theme of animal. But based on, of course, the World Design Weeks, but we're thinking about working with Asia closely. But first of all, we decided to work with Beijing, Seoul, Tokyo, but of course, Bangkok and Chiang Mai, I really want to invite them to be our partner. So we all focus animal is because we started thinking about our environment. So not only like we're too much thinking about human ourselves, then we would like to change the vision. Little bit slightly change the vision. We're animal too, but we propose to make the art, design object not only human and beyond that based on animal. Then theme is animal. Then we asked the young designer, imaging, designing, making, it's going to be live streaming. Then we already asked several people to be jury member, and we also sought awards and so on. Architect Toyo Ito, he's happy to be a head of the jury, and also the director of the Triennale de Milan, the architect also Stefano Boelli, also he's also happy to be the head of the jury. Then, maybe needless to say, La Triennale di Milano is the most important historical design museum in the world. Then we decided to work together with them to promote our power, power of the people, power of the design object from Asia in Milan. This is the plan. In the garden of the Triennale, we built the 50 tents. Then each of the tents creator will work on to produce their own design object. This is a perspective and drawing of the, based on the theme of animal. This is illustration, all the illustration. We're now working with Adita Brown, the graphic designer. So I think you're already familiar with the TCDC. We also working with Material Connection to be a partner. And also we provide the music and food court as TCDC, and also the Bangkok Design Week does. So I'm going to show you very important short video, a promotion video for our project for next year. I hope, if there is anyone, young designer or students, listening my talk, I hope you can submit your plan to our project. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any question, let me know, and maybe let's talk.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Professor Imamura. ขอบคุณครับ Yes, it's a Q&A time, and please stand by me.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, all right. First question, we have the question from SIP event. What are the challenges in collaborating with the design platforms from different cultural backgrounds?
Actually, we all focus on the design with the design week. So we have actually on same ground, even the background is different. So we just looking same direction. At the same time, they're like a little bit of difference of the background, but this is actually okay because even inside Japan, so many even like regions or cities and everything is like a background is different. So Bangkok and Tokyo, of course, cultural background is different, but it is okay. But also sometimes difference of the cultural background going to be a power. So it's always a interesting thing is for creative thing is negative things becoming a positive. It's going to be turned into the power. So then, I have to say that, even we have cultural differences, difficulties, but this is going to be a power.
So it's not differences, it's a diversity.
Yeah, exactly.
More of a diversity. All right. Second question. Okay, I'll have to translate for you.
Okay, please.
นักออกแบบไทยรุ่นใหม่ที่มีศักยภาพมีอยู่มากแต่มักไม่ได้เข้าร่วมกิจกรรมระดับนานาชาติเพราะปัจจัยต่างๆเช่นภาษาหรือค่าใช้จ่ายมีคำแนะนำอย่างไร It's quite like there's so many young designers in Thailand, but because of the languages and about the money, it's quite like a setback for them. So do you have any advice for them?
Actually, well, first of all, language. I have students. I'm teaching graduate program. One student, first year students. Now he becoming like a second year student. His English was so bad, but within 1 year, we're working together. He improved amazingly his English, ability. Nowadays, he became a leader of 18 students, of the first year students. So we're using, English to communicate with different, speaking different languages. But we don't need to worry about that. Also, the creative people can talk, maybe let's say creative way. So, we don't need to have a correct grammar. For example, Japanese are so cautious about the making mistake. Japanese are very cautious about, to be precise, right? To be correct. But that's why, Japanese are very bad at speaking English. But, language as a second language is just a kind of, tools of communication. We don't need to worry about that. But also the money issue, the second issue.
Yes, the budget, yeah.
That's why we have to work together. We have to make like a win-win, project. It used to be money goes to someone, it's give. But give and take, right? You are familiar with give and take. But I think, and I convinced, the relation of the 21st century is give, and then coming back is also give, not taken. Give and give, a chain of giving is our future. Then We don't need to worry about the money issue. Of course, people who really have talent and passion to do that, there is a way, actually. So we don't need to worry about the language. Money is not the wall in front of you. Just, trust yourself and also trust the passion. These things is more important than language and money.
Yes, and do you have you ever supported the I don't know what can I say the poor artists? How did you help them?
Actually, for inviting, for example, maybe I'll tell you the good example. Several years ago, I invited artists from Cambodia.
Yes.
Cambodia is, of course, not so rich, right? They have a struggle to having money or even studying and so on. I invited them to coming to Tokyo. Of course, we pay everything, the air tickets and the per diem and staying at, accommodation, everything. And even I gave them a project fee. Then within 3 months, he amazingly, developed his, ideas and skills like a sponge, absorbing like a water within only 3 months. Then, everybody, all other young artists from all over the world noticed that how amazing, he developed and his ideas are unique and interesting and important. Everybody started to support him. Then he accomplished one project. Everybody support this. And then next year, I also invited him again to coming to Tokyo. And then started to push him and support him. Now, amazingly, after how many years? 6 years or 7 years. He's a most famous leading artist in Cambodia. And his project is shown all over the world now within 6 years. So I spend the money, but we supported very limited, amount of the money. Even Facebook Air, FB Air, they use for one artist $10,000. I don't know how much is in bahts in Thailand, but for us, for Japan, 1 million yen. $10,000 is not so big for the company, but only supporting one people, just only $10,000. That's it. So for us, like buying a car is like a mid-size, like a sedan car is like maybe 25,000, US dollars. That means like much less than buying one car, right? Just a regular mid-size car. So then budget itself for residency supporting young artists is very little. So that's why, we can do it, but also the very cost-effective. We spend small amount of money, but effect after 5 years, it's amazing.
ก็หวังว่าจะได้คำตอบไปนะครับ Okay, next question. What are the best ways in supporting emerging designers in Asia, in your opinion? What the same solutions work in Thai context?
Then I recommend like a residency program, even like finding out the different perspective for Thai. I think Thai people knows about the value of the Thai, but if you invite some different perspective from other area, you will find another new value, other new values, of the Thai resources. So then, if you also invite at the same time Thai designer in the same, period, they started to inspire each other, and it grows. But also, it happens when I was running Tokyo Wonderside. We could host 16 creators at the same time. We have, plenty of the room for hosting the people, hosting the creators. So then the residency is not just staying, not just traveling, but, young, talented people inspiring each other. This is very important. And at the same time, Asian countries, we need a design curator to curate the project, introducing them. At the same time, we should invite a curator at the same time, like a potential curator, to tell them, to organize them. So that kind of a small project will be the seed to be the next flower.
Okay, thank you. And the next question? Okay. And this, you have to translate it for me.
I don't know who, proposed this. So by my opinion, like a social issue on art and collaboration work, and also how can be famous or popular, how
You mean a
should
social
they do?
problem in Thailand or
No,
in Asia?
but I can't understand much from this, but kind of social, issues on art, it says, but also the kind of collaboration art, and also to be famous and successful. But okay, if you work on very seriously about one product, it's all connected to the society, right? Then if you show it, you get the response, all the artwork, design object could be kind of can have like a social impact. Then also the collaboration, as the same as like previous question. We have a lot of like a different cultural background. So if we face each other, deeper and deeper we go, we have to negotiate, we have to face, or we have to fight with the difference of the culture. As you mentioned, we have to allow that kind of like a struggle as like a praise of the diversity. So through this kind of struggle, a very serious struggle, it's going to be very successful. But without that kind of serious struggle, it's going just touching the surface. It doesn't make anything. So that means, it's not going to be famous. But serious struggle with a cultural background, even a fight and, conflict. And also, again, conflict could be a power of the positive power. Then, we don't need to concerns about to be famous from the beginning. If you're going deeper and seriously, to struggle with the issues, automatically that's going to be, well accepted with all the audience.
Okay, thank you. Do we have another question? According to perspective of supporting creative talents, do you suggest them pursue their master in art design at university? If not, why? So, do you have to go to the university?
Actually, I'm working in a university, but there is so many ways, not only the one way. Depending on their character, background, their intention, but also Tokyo Wonderside I used to run is many artists joined us. They didn't go to didn't go to the university, but merit of the university is classmate actually, classmate, and many people can meet the classmate, inspired by the classmate, not by teacher or teaching method. But unfortunately, people who study just by him or by herself, they don't have a classmate. So quite alone, they have to struggle. That's why actually one of the reasons I established the Tokyo Wonderside is we don't care about which university came from. But sometimes bad side of the university is like just, close up the kind of graduates or alumni. But we have to have like a communal grounds to mix it up, people who didn't go to the university, who went to the universities, and inspiring each other is maybe the best way. But then again, depending on person, character, environment, it's not only the way for the solution.
Okay, one last question.
Okay.
How WDW plan to make the best out of the differences of design weeks around the world?
Yeah, again, we have to accept the differences as a diversity. World Design Weeks is a kind of an engine, World Design Weeks, without the World Design Weeks, we didn't meet each other, our colleagues and friends, but output could be anything. So we have a vision to share to our issues and problems and directions and so on. So kind of a World Design Weeks is a movement. So we focus on process and movement and also the direction. So then more and more we share the ideas, share the goals, share the problems. This could be another solution. So then actually, we have a lot of already conflicts and, honestly conflicts and also, the fights, but we go through. But same as dealing with your friends. So after all years, we got to know each other. So then it's very nice. Not just political or economical, just a superficial surface relationship. This maybe, within a few years, we will have quite fruitful output from our network.
Yes, thank you. And time's up. And a big round of applause to Professor Imamura once again. Thank you very much.
Thank
We've
you
learned
very
so
much.
much from
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.